Hello anyone, everyone, and no one that decides to watch this video. This is going to be episode 0 of Breaking Bedrock. Now, typically I understand that the series does not start off like this. You don't start off in gear, you don't start off with the elytra and the rockets. And let me try to explain that a little bit. Breaking Bedrock has been up now for a few months. It's already established. We have a small community of players here that play here. Some of us are tech players, some of us are builders. But, that being set aside, it has been up for a while now. Now, I've already had an established base on here for quite a while now, and I've been here since day one. I host it. But I had some issues when I first started to record here. Literally 3 days in, I had to have surgery, and for the next 2 weeks, anytime that I could set and play, I pretty much just sat and fished for like 30 minutes at a time. I didn't have the energy or the strength to do much of anything else. So I kind of went, I didn't record none during that time. Then I ended up having my microphone broke, and I eventually just said, whatever, I'm not going to do it. The more I think about it, the more I do want to do it. But as I said, I already have an established base on here, and it didn't feel right starting with an established base. So the other day I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna start recording. Started recording, recorded for about 5 to 6 hours, crashed that night, got up the next day, recorded some more, went to edit everything, and the literal first 5 or 6 hours of stuff that I recorded, it's not gonna be no 5 or 6 hour episode obviously, but I had some problems with OBS. I thought, alright, well, I'll just take the footage that I do got and go from there. But none of it just felt right. So I decided to restart. So we are going to be starting with some stuff. So let me explain a little bit about Breaking Bedrock right from the beginning. We already have a blaze farm set up. We have a double blaze farm in the nether, where pretty much everybody gets their experience from. Now, my previous base is where all the iron farms were running. I was running 12 iron farms over there. I built a copy of Groover Guy's concept mob farm from back in the day over there, and that thing worked beautiful. You know, we lit up the ocean floor, we did a perimeter, not a massive one, but it worked. I mean, I used kind of the same tactic that I'm going to be using on my base that we're about to go see right about now. And here we are. No, not really. One other thing I wanted to cover before I went over there is how I actually acquired most of this stuff so quickly. Is when I restarted my gameplay here. We have a public mine shaft. I went in and mined a bunch of diamonds. We already have an established little bit of a trading community. Like, we'll take Scarlet here for example. Scarlet here runs the inn shop. The inn shop sells elytras, shulker boxes, which I just cleaned him out on. I went mining earlier today and mined and mined and mined, and I totally cleaned him out. Now, my previous shop here was selling iron and rockets and food and mending books. Now, of course, since I've decided to restart and I'm not using my other base anymore, I'm not going to use that again until I can actually set up the stuff to run that shop again. Now, not everybody has a shop. Most players do. You know, you got the bakery, you got Peep's shop over there, you know, Judicus. Pretty much everybody has a shop. And this was just our first area that we decided to do shops. Now we are planning a bigger area to the north for custom builds. You know, because some things just don't work in a pre-designed area. I mean, you can customize it a little bit, you know, but overall, like if you want to do, let's just say you want to do a giant tree, you know, wood shop, maybe you want to build a giant tree out of it, you know, and that's just not going to work here. So some areas being plotted out up north. We're also picking out an area to do some games and whatnot like that. But there's a lot of things we want to do, and I feel like I want to record and show some of this stuff off. Alright, so now we're going to jump over to where I've decided to base at. And here we are. This is where we're going to set up our first base. Now, I'm probably going to do multiples, and I have lots of plans for this place right here. Lots of plans. Now, as you can see, I've already started mapping out some of my chunks. You know, there's 100 ways to do this, but I use the chunk visualizer. You know, some people are like, oh, don't say nothing about that. They're going to patch it. They're probably going to patch it anyway, you know. Every time the Bedrock Edition gets a technical plugin or farm that really helps us, they seem to take it away. It's like they want to keep Bedrock down. But that's not what we're going to talk about right now. What we're going to cover right now is right here is my centralized chunk, okay? This is going to be my main AFK chunk because I'm going to put up multiple iron farms. I'm going to put up multiple iron farms. I'm going to put up a mob farm. A lot of farms. This is going to be more or less my farming district. Now I want to terraform this whole place. I want to change it. I want to make it look nice because honestly, mycelium biomes, when they're terraformed over with grass and everything, have some of the beautifulest grass in the game, if that's even a word, which it probably isn't. But as you can see, there's already an iron farm there. There was a previous tenant that lived on this island. They've since moved on, so I took over this island. And I'm going to bring up a visualization on screen right now. Now, if you look here, this is a top-down view. I used MC Tool Chest to view the chunks. You know, you see the mycelium biome, you see my centralized AFK chunk. You also see a spawner right there beside my chunk. Now that spawner coincides, I can AFK in my central chunk there and activate that spawner. So, and that one's actually a skeleton spawner. So it'll generate me bones and everything like that. Now once I get a beacon, I can actually set up regeneration on the beacon and I can actually AFK and get experience with it. If I try to AFK right now at that farm, you know, the thorns from some of the skeletons are going to kill me. So once I get a beacon, I'll be able to fully AFK at that. I'll be able to get some free experience while I'm AFKing, while all my farms are working. But as you can see from this view here, there's a lot of water, a lot of water. You know, you see the mycelium biome, but you can't really see the full view of what's going on. Now, if I flip it over to this image here, now you can still see everything that's here, but it breaks it down into biomes. You can see the mycelium biomes, bright pink and everything like that, but there's a few areas over there that are not. Now those are ocean biomes. Now I'm going off the same concept of what I did before at my other base. I'm taking, my other base was a little bit different. It had a bigger area to work with. It had 4 chunks. I don't know if this is gonna even work. This is all theory in my head. You know, I could build this in creative first to test it, but I want to actually test it in game. So I'm going to take that one chunk over there on the edge of my ticking area, the one chunk that laps between the green and red, and I want to try to build a mob farm there. I'm not looking for something super efficient. I'm looking for something to generate me some TNT or some gunpowder. You know, I'm also going to build my concept witch farms. You know, Silent showcased that and made a good one of it. I'm going to build those, so I'm going to get lots of gunpowder. I plan on doing some massive perimeters. I plan on doing some ridiculously stupid farms. But it's just going to take time. But this is going to be the central base of operations, and I'm hoping that, you know, I get my iron farms over here. I get all my other farms in this area, my tree farms, my pumpkin and melon, my villager trades. This will be like my central industrial district, you know? And that's what I'm going to do with this place. So if I get rid of this visual now, and we actually take a look back here, what have we got going on? Well, we've got a poor man's tree farm right here. I love this concept. It works really good. I grow the 2x2 jungle or spruce. You just kind of come up top, jump down, and just mine them down. You know, I've got that going on. There's that chunk that I was just identifying a while ago. Now, I've temporarily, can I fly over here, please? Now, I've temporarily filled up the area around this. I put soul sand in there, and as you can see, I'm just collecting lots of fish from it, which is good. It supplies me with food. Granted, I wasn't thinking when I actually did this that, you know, I'm on a mushroom island, and once I terraform it, I can make a steak farm. But, you know, this works. It works pretty good too, and I can leave this in the long run, and it generates a lot of ink. If I AFK from that central spot over there, this thing produces a lot of ink. You know, it only produces fish when I was so close. You know, a little mechanic that I forgot when I was actually doing my first testing on it. But it works pretty good. Now, if I AFK in this little chamber here, I can activate that, get fish, and I can activate this thing over here. Alright, we've got that night slipped away. Now, what I wanted to cover was this. I want to get into villager trades really early. You know, as I said, there was a previous inhabitant, and they already got an iron farm. They also got a couple villagers that they stashed away over here on the side. I don't know if I can get over here where I can see this or not. Yeah, there's a cobblestone little shack over there, but they stashed a couple villagers away there. Now I want to take those guys and I want to put them in a villager breeder, and I want to actually breed up villagers, and I need to get some enchanted books going. Because I've sat at the Blaze Farm now for multiple hours just to get what tools I've already got, you know? And really, villager trades is where it's at. So the other day, before I decided to actually start over and start recording, I built Il Mango's checkerboard melon and pumpkin farm. I was on Discord and talking to JX, and he's like, I've got a farm that's a lot better than that. And I love the mechanical side of Minecraft. I do. I mean, you can already see that from mapping chunks, and I'm telling you about building multiple iron farms and mob farms and everything like that. And I was skeptical. He sent me the world download, and I checked it out, and I thought, okay, I've got Il Mango's here. I'll build this one in side-by-side comparison. There was no comparison. This thing blew that thing out of the water. And I guess that's because Il Mango's is designed for Java, and it works on Bedrock. But this thing is insane. I've actually had to shut this thing off. I built this last night, and I AFK'd for about 4 hours total. And in 4 hours, as you can see, I did not even build adequate storage. I had to shut this thing down because it's just running non-stop. I mean, it's good. But I mean, I get me a farmer villager out of the ordeal and trade with him. It doesn't even matter if he has a crappy pumpkin and melon trade. With the rates that thing throws out, and considering that's only one chunk, I'm going to have no issue with getting emeralds to trade to librarians and whatnot. And being, yeah, it's going to work great. So, what I think I'm actually going to do today, this is going to be a little bit of a pain, but the first task I want to do is I want to get rid of all this mycelium. So I'm going to fly off up north somewhere, and I'm going to probably go through many, many repairs on my shovel. I want to get a lot of grass and a lot of dirt. Well, I can get the dirt here when I break the mycelium, but I want to get a lot of grass, and I think I want to terraform this place today. I'm not talking a full-blown, trees and everything like that, but I want to get rid of the purple. Plus, on top of that, it's got a particle effect. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, it's just popping up over and over and over again. I don't like it. So let's get to that. Let's go get some grass and let's see if we can get this place converted over. I'll tell you right now, this took a lot longer than I planned for it to take. I literally spent all of the night, pretty much most of the next day, converting this place over. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It looks a lot better and it gives me a lot more options to work with. Now, I did plant some trees here to test out. I'm not sure. It may go with what I want to do, but I don't know yet. I have an ideal, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But something that annoys me here is... Can't really see that good there. Let me bring this down here. Is the map still shows up purple in spots, even though I've changed it all over. It kills me. I don't get it. I don't understand why it does it. Even the smaller maps. And I thought, okay, well maybe it's the area with the water, because if you look where I'm standing in relative coordinates to the map, I used to be standing in, a little water area here, so I covered them up and it still does it. I don't get it. But it does look a lot better. A lot. And it thunderstormed quite a few times. There are now skeleton horses all over this place. But another thing that did happen during all of this is while I was over here doing this, Star came over here and she's like, "There's way too many villagers in there." I was like, "Probably is. You know, I didn't build this. The previous inhabitant did." So started pulling the villagers out, and we got them down here. And there's not many good ones to pick from. I mean, there's mostly cartographers, librarians, shepherds. There was one toolsmith, a couple clerics, but this guy right here, Mr. Farmer, 8 on the pumpkin, 10 on the melon. And like I said earlier, I didn't care if it was a bad trade because the rate that thing over there throws out melons and pumpkins, I am not going to have issue 1 with getting emeralds. So I am really happy about that. So I think next is I'm going to load all this up into some shulkers, go over there and do a mass trading session and really stock up on some emeralds and open everybody up and see what they have to offer. I don't have much yet, but I think after we get that done, a couple other things I want to get done. I do want to take those 2 over there, and I want to make a villager breeder, but I also want to make the infinite bread glitch that's going on right now. I mean, I could use that to feed my infinite breeder with and my witch farm. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next is I'm going to gather up all these melons and pumpkins, turn this thing back on, and trade all that off, and let's see where we stand after that. This is insanity, man. Insanity. I've already traded 4 full shulkers with this guy. I went and got more. I haven't even emptied the farm out yet. And this is what I've already acquired in emeralds. And as you can see, I've still got more to go. And that farm, it's insane, man. You should really check it out. I will throw a link down in the description so you can go check out that farm for yourself. If you're playing Bedrock Edition and you want a melon and pumpkin farm, this is the way to go. I mean, this is crazy. It's beyond crazy. Nothing really worth bragging about except for this guy has ender pearls for 4, which is real nice. Nobody has bottles of enchanting cheap. Toolsmith didn't turn up nothing good. Nobody else really amazing. You got another friend too. Okay. Alright, well that's nice. One of them that did turn out nice was this librarian. Granted, it's really pricey. He does have mending, 38. That's way more than I would like. I would love to have a mending villager with 10, but with that melon and pumpkin farm, it's not really an issue. That trading session turned out really good. I mean, I got 51 levels from it. Granted, I didn't get much in the way of books, but I mean, that's 51 levels. I can use that. So what I'm going to do now, before we get to anything else, is get a little enchanting station going. And honestly, trying to watch me play Minecraft is going to be a disaster. I know what I want to do here. I really do. I want to line some anvils down here. I want to use one side as a quick repair station. So as I unlock better clerics and get better bottles of enchanting, I want to have a quick repair station where I can come over here without going to some farm somewhere else. Just flick it on, stand here, repair my tools. You know, it's more of an emergency situation because bottles of enchanting aren't cheap. I think the lowest you can get them is 3. I could be wrong on that. But I want a quick repair station built in here. I want some anvils. I want access to an ender chest. I want this kind of recessed down in the grounds while I've dropped it down. I want to run stairs up each side. I have an idea of what I want to do, but executing it's one thing. I could sit here and spend 3 hours on this thing and still not get it the way I want. You know what happens when you play Minecraft. Sometimes you get something and you love it immediately, and then sometimes you look at it for 4 hours and you're like, no, that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna do this, and we'll do some enchanting and see where we stand from there. Alright, that's all sorted out now. We have got our little enchanting station set up here. It works pretty good. I've set up a little quick repair station. I bought a bunch of bottles of enchanting with what emeralds I did have. And just to demonstrate here, I'll flip this on, and I can just flip through my mending tools at choice and repair them. Same with my elytra or any mending gear I have. Now I've played around with the area a little bit. I've added these paths in up to the area where the villagers are, and up here where, well, mainly my bed and my storage are at the moment. Not too much else I've done. I've toyed around with this ideal of a road. I'm unsure of which I like. Each of them has their own benefit. But let's check this. I haven't even checked this yet. It's been a while since I checked this. Wow. Have you completely filled up? Not yet, but it's almost there. That thing's crazy. You know what? I think I'm going to build more. I think I'm going to build probably 2 more layers to that and have a simple on-off switch. That way I can use it as much as I want to, when I want to. Let's see, while I've also been loading the area, let's see what this has generated over here, if anything. Oh yeah, quite a bit more. That's working out nicely. But overall, it's good progress. It's a good start. I like how it's all started to turn out very well so far. But there's many things I want to do, but I think I'm going to end this episode here today. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.